Hello everyone, my name is Yusuf Edwards, and welcome to part 717 of the American Show. Let us begin. The next morning, the next day actually, Robert and of course Joey decided that they were going to have a short talk. Robert said to Joey, you know what we are going to have to do, right? Yeah, but you know he's gonna say yes, obviously. Of course he's gonna say yes. He's not just for wins, but he's not going to say no just because, it's not going to, what I mean? It's going to get high ratings. But it's not the only thing that he's worried about. But it's, it does help the American show and the African network itself. You have a good point. Yeah, you have a good point. Yeah. I know I have a good point. So Joey said, okay, so obviously we need to go and meet with him to see how this is going to go. And of course, Joey said, and I think you need to take your fiance with you, just so you can be on the same page on how it should go. Oh, no problem, Robert said to her. And then after that, he went to the living room where she was and told her, well actually he asked Beatrice, do you want to go with me to the Alpha Queen Studios? Me, of course, your sister, and I are going to talk about the wedding that's going to be happening on the American Show. Which reminds me, are you okay with that? Once again, yes, of course I am. What are you talking about? This would be so cool. I would love to. Okay, I'm just asking one more time so I can make sure that you'll be okay with this. Yeah, I'm okay with this. So after that, they get into his car and then they drive. Robert drives to the Alpha Queen Studio. They open the door. He's in his office. They knock on the door, and he's there just writing he's just eating breakfast at that time when Robert, Joey, and Beatrice shows up at the Alpha Queen Studio. He says to them, how are you? What brings you down here, guys? Isn't it your day off? Yes. Yes, it is. But I would love to give you a proposition. What if the American Show was the home of our wedding? And then Beatrice chimes in and says, great ratings. Holy crap. Wow. Okay, well, great. So it's settled then. We will have the wedding, and we will show the wedding at the. We will show the wedding on the American show. We will have the wedding on the American show. Well, just one thing. We need someone to conduct the wedding ceremony. You mean a priest? Yes. And I know just got to do it. I'll call you after I call him. After that, they leave the Alpha Queen Studios. Well, they leave the Alpha Queen Studio, and then they get back into the car and they drive off to go eat breakfast themselves. They're driving to a restaurant where they do serve breakfast, and he is quite happy with what just happened. And so is Beatrice, and so is Joey, also, who had decided to be her maid of honor that night. So he decides that he was going to call his brother to see if he would be up for being his best man at the wedding. So they get to the restaurant. They wait to give their order. In the meantime, he needs to go to the bathroom. So that's exactly what he does. He goes to the bathroom, he takes his phone with him, and he calls, of course, Ricky Mack, his brother. Ricky Mack answers the phone. He's recording an album at that point. He was recording an album at that point, and he says to him, "Do you want to be my best man at my wedding?" And then he says, "Yes. Yes, I do. But who are you getting married to?" "Beatrice, obviously." "Oh, congratulations." "Holy crap," he says on the phone. "Well, I gotta go. As you can hear, I'm quite busy. But I would love to be there. When is it? I don't think actually, I don't know. But what I do know is that the American show is holding it. It's going to be showing it on it's going to be showing it though. So it will give you more press for your new album also. I don't need that. I just want to be there for you, he says. But that's appreciated. I appreciate that so much. Well, let me know when you do set a date for the wedding. I would love to. And after that, he hangs up the phone, puts it in his pocket, of course, and goes to the bathroom. He gets out of the bathroom, he sits back down where they were sitting, and he, of course, gives his order to the waiter. After that, after a couple of minutes, the breakfast shows up. They eat breakfast together, as a family, or soon to be a family, to be more accurate. After that, he says, or he asked, so we're having the wedding in a couple of weeks, right? Yeah. But when are we having it? Well, okay, so everything needs to be set up in a couple of hours. Well, in a couple of minutes, well, in a couple of weeks, actually. So, I'm thinking that we should have it right live at the American Show. So we come back from break, and you don't mean to tell me that we're coming back in April, right? Yeah. That's what we agreed on in the contract. Joey said to him, Joey says to him, yes, April. The first show will be in April. Huh. Well, we're coming back. Okay. What? April 13th is when we come back. Huh? April 13th is where we're coming back, right? Yes. Yes, that's what we agreed on in the contract. So the first American show back will be our wedding. And then Beatrice says, huh, well, isn't that cool? Okay. Now listen, I just called Ricky and he's coming. And he's coming to the wedding. Oh, that's cool. I always love that guy. He's a very good friend of mine. I know. After that, he also said, I need to call him back. So after they eat breakfast, they get back in the car. They are driving home. They get home, and the minute and the second he comes walking into the house, he picks up his phone once again, and he calls Ricky. He says, April 13th. He says, okay, I'll be there. He hangs up the phone, and he wants to take a well-deserved nap. So that's exactly what he does. And that was it. To be continued. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe to my wonderful channel, and also leave a comment down below telling me what you like about the video, or alternatively hate about the video. I know I said it the wrong way, and I will see you next time. Bye bye for now. Bye bye for now.